The greatest DSLRs have proven to be quite durable. Although mirrorless cameras have taken the photography world by storm, the classic DSLR design still has a lot going for it, including a solid bulky body, good value for money, and a lens selection that mirrorless cameras can't match. We've used every DSLR on the market, and these are the top 5 DSLR cameras for this year that we recommend the most. There are new models that are becoming increasingly scarce, but both classic and modern releases have a lot to offer to photographers of all genres. And for this episode, we will help you select your ideal DSLR, whether you're searching for a cheap first camera, a feature-packed update, or a high-end model with pro performance. Hello and welcome back to our channel. With no further ado, let us proceed and take a look through the lenses of these top 5 DSLR cameras of the year. In no particular order, we have here first the Canon 850D. This is the new DSLR model for lovers of tradition. This lightweight and compact camera is built to be taken anywhere, and with a vari-angle screen, you can shoot high and low with confidence and flexibility. A quick points or reasons to purchase this new Canon 850D: 1. Its decent autofocus, 2. Its excellent battery life, and 3. Its vari-angle touchscreen to help you get to every angle and never miss the action. There have been very few DSLRs announced in recent months and years, but the 850D is the answer for photographers who like a traditional way of shooting and are looking for their first proper camera. Those looking for a strong set of new innovations won't find that here, but you do get a solid set of specs, now with added 4K to get you started with. You also get a strong battery life, an optical viewfinder, although on the small side, and a good vari-angle LCD screen. Most importantly, the 850D is capable of producing some lovely images. If you're not tied to a particular system, you might be better off going for one of the many mirrorless options out there. But if you're convinced a DSLR is for you, the 850D is a solid starter option. Even if there are a few new DSLR cameras being introduced these days, the greatest DSLR cameras still have a lot to offer. It's true that the finest mirrorless cameras are becoming increasingly popular, and several manufacturers, including Canon and Nikon, appear to have discontinued producing digital single-lens reflex cameras. However, many photographers, both professional and amateur, continue to choose them for a variety of reasons. For starters, they're often cheaper than their mirrorless counterparts, and the best DSLR cameras are often popular with beginners due to their optical viewfinders, excellent battery life, and robust build. Professionals, on the other hand, may swear by a format that has been proven and true for more than 20 years and offers the most diverse lens selection from ultra-wide to macro to telephoto. Next, we have another entry-level Canon EOS 6D Mark II. It took a while for the Canon EOS 6D Mark II to arrive. In fact, it was some 5 years after the original Canon EOS 6D was announced, and at the time, it was the most affordable full-frame DSLR available. And despite being a full-frame DSLR, the EOS 6D Mark II is incredibly user-friendly. While the casing might seem a little cheap, the 26MP sensor inside is excellent, and it has Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF technology in live view mode. There is already lots you can shoot with 45 AF points to pick from and a burst speed of 6.5 frames per second, including some great wildlife images. It's not quick enough for fast-paced trackside racing photos, but it does most other tasks admirably. For those who don't have a joystick, the 6D Mark II has tap to focus and tap to shoot on the back touchscreen. Despite this, the 6D Mark II is dependable, provides excellent images, and is still a favorite among hobbyist photographers. Canon has certainly made the EOS 6D Mark II a more well-rounded and better specified camera than the EOS 6D, but it's not without its issues. These niggles dull what is otherwise a very nice full-frame DSLR that's a pleasure to shoot with. It will certainly please Canon users looking to make the move into full-frame photography, but others might be better served elsewhere. Another DSLR to look at is the Canon 5D Mark IV. When it first came out in August 2016, the Canon EOS 5D Mark IV was a major deal, with nearly every aspect of the preceding 5D Mark III upgraded. But even so, the world has moved on since then. So, does the 5D Mark IV still have what it takes? The Canon 5D Mark IV is a full-frame camera with a strong heritage and innovative technologies and is perfect for the working professional. The 5D line of Canon professional cameras has long been respected with good reason. The latest iteration of the successful model brings with it all the respected features of its predecessors, but builds on it to result in one seriously impressive model. It has a 30.4 megapixel sensor and has a new innovation in the form of dual pixel RAW, which allows you to shift the focus ever so slightly after you've taken the shot. Ideal for weddings, portraits, and commercial photography, the only letdown of the 5D series is that it's not particularly geared for action and high-speed photography. Have you already chosen a camera from the models earlier? We still got more in line, so make sure you wait until the end of this episode to see what else we have in store for you. Oh, and don't forget to comment down below if you've already taken your pick. Speaking of pick, you might want to take your next picture with this Canon EOS 1D X Mark III. This model is the top choice of pro sports photographers. Designed specifically for the pros who need speed, performance, and quality together in one neat package, the 1D X Mark III pretty much covers all at all. It can easily handle any situation you want, whether in the sports arena, shooting wildlife, or for a photojournalist in a war zone. If we're talking about the best DSLRs, then it's hard to walk past Canon's latest and greatest, the EOS 1D X Mark III. A tough body blazing 20 FPS burst speed and AF system that rivals Sony's, as well as image quality that doesn't require any post-production work. And if you believed it was solely for stills, you were mistaken. Its video capabilities are also useful with 4K or 60p capture on board. The only drawback, it's expensive and possibly overkill for the average photographer, but a worthy investment for a professional. Canon has squeezed every last drop of performance there is to be had from the EOS 1D X Mark III. Everything has been poked and prodded with the result that the company's new EOS D flagship is truly impressive. It's feature-packed to the rafters, from a new smart controller to a super fast and precise autofocus system. There's even support for a new file type and so much more to unpack. Chances are you'll want it even if you don't need it. And clicking on our last spot is the Canon EOS 90D. Honestly, there is just so many things to like in this camera, like its handling, flip-out screen, 4K video, and its 32.5 megapixel sensor. We put the Canon EOS 90D through its paces and believe it is the greatest Canon camera for hobbyists. It launched with pioneering specs that no other camera in this category can match, and packs in an astonishing 32.5 million pixels, the most yet for an APS-C sensor. However, you shouldn't expect it to notice any clear and instant boost in picture quality. It all comes down to the lenses, and the 18-135mm kit lens Canon provided for us isn't one of their best. While many mirrorless cameras can shoot 4K video, this feature is relatively rare in DSLR cameras below $2,000. The Canon EOS 90D is one of the few exceptions, which is why it's the best DSLR camera for those who want to also do a fair amount of filming but don't want to spend a lot of money. When shooting video, the Canon EOS 90D's dual pixel sensors fix focus on the chosen subject, keeping it crisp no matter how it moves. It also has 45 autofocus points to guarantee that it can follow moving subjects in front of the lens properly. It also shoots 4K video at a maximum frame rate of 30 frames per second. A 3-inch touchscreen that flips out and tilts allows you to compose stills and video from a number of strange angles. And a headphone and mic connector guarantee that you receive the finest audio possible. On the creative side, the 90D comes with a set of creative filters that are applied after the shot. They include grainy black and white, toy camera effect, soft focus, fisheye effect, and more. And you can save the adjusted image as a new file so you don't overwrite the original. One of the great things about DSLRs versus mirrorless cameras is battery life. The 90D's battery life will last between 1,300 and 1,500 shots, unless you're extremely prolific and/or are shooting a wedding or other event. You'll get at least a few straight days of shooting on a single charge. With the 90D, you get all of this as well as a very responsive touch screen. You can touch to focus, trigger the shutter, and quickly navigate on-screen menus. Cool, isn't it? Does this episode help you decide which DSLR camera to get this year? Comment down below your choice and let us know what else you would want to see for the next videos. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell for more awesome tech videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see each other again soon. Bye!